Yo, what up? My name's Rance from Los Angeles, California. 1500 or nothing is the game. 1500 Sound Academy is education, and we here with TmrO. I'm born and raised from LA. Have my moms and pops, my two sisters. We love music, so we always had a piano or a drum set or something in the house, and that was like the one black family that sung every day and had all our homies coming over and having jam sessions. So I had to learn the language of music, at a young age. But it was a balance, dealing with hood shit and doing music and going to church. So my life was a roller coaster, Oh yeah, music it's in my DNA, My whole family sings and does music, and that's how my dad was able to raise us off of literally using his voice and singing. So it's in us. Oh yeah, one of the things I'll never forget, I didn't even know we was really branding ourselves at the time, but whenever somebody called us for a show, I went to the Slauson Swap Meet right on Slauson and Western down the street in LA. I got these big 1500 or nothing shirts where it says 15 or nothing across the whole shirt. I just used to have all my homies wear it. Whenever we did any award show, any show, they, if they didn't know our name, they knew that we was the crew that had 1500 or nothing, and people wanted to know what that was. So it was like it makes you ask a question, and that was one of the things we was doing, and going to churches and going to all the revivals and just outplaying everybody and just showing everybody how tight we was and how we could switch instruments, and it was like the Power Rangers when we all together. So it's always been like a dream I had when I was a kid, was just being able to be on tour and get platinum records with my homies and travel and all that type of stuff with just people that I love. That was just the tightest in the world, hand-picked. So started off my homie Uncle Chuck, rest in peace. He actually just passed a couple of days ago. But we literally started it as kids, at 24th Street Elementary School, and we was teaching each other chords and, on the phone and all type of stuff like that. And every part of my life, I found like another person that was another Power Ranger, like a genius that I just knew, you know what I mean? So I basically just put all my friends together and made us all one big family. And shoot, now everybody's just killing the game, bro. Individually and together. Everybody from different parts. Like Chuck from South Central, James from Inglewood, Brody's from Compton. I'm from South Central, so we're real LA natives for real though. Probably Show Me What You Got for Jay-Z. It was a Kingdom Come album. Either that or we worked on Snoop Dogg's a bunch of his albums too. But I think the Kingdom Come was something that showed that a bunch of church musicians could get away doing solos on the radio. You know what I mean? So that kind of changed the sound of hip hop.
So you was working with Jay before you started working with Nip?
Me and Nip, we grew up together. So I've been knowing Nip since high school. But Jay, shit, I did Show Me What You Got with the homies. The same day we did this song called Why You Hate the Game with this song with Game and Marsha Ambrosius and Nas. I don't know if you heard that. And Blaze gave us a shout out. We had our choir on there. It's like a classic song. But we did that in the same day, working on Detox album that never came out. And I got that call, just Blaze like, Jay just rapped on it, he went crazy. And I heard that shit on the radio and I was like, wow. Yeah, if you really do music, it's like, if you say you know English, you gotta know your ABCs. You say you do music, you gotta know your scales. You gotta know the number system. You gotta really know the language of music for you to really get as far as you can go. If you don't, the less information you have, you're putting a cap on yourself. If you don't know certain notes, you can't do a movie or you can't do a cartoon. You know what I mean? So it's really important to know your craft, and I just love music, so I'm gonna do it with some money or not. You know what I mean? And it's a certain feeling. It's like therapy. you know? Just when you get to a point where you can just let God tell you what to do. And that's really what y'all see in the gym. I don't be knowing I'm playing, but I just do whatever I feel, and it translates. They really love music. They're real music fans. They really know the art. I done walked in the studio on Nips watching concerts of all his favorite superstars and seeing what they say when the music is off. You know, so it's like they understand the details, and it's layers when you get into it. You know what I mean? But between that and just understanding human behavior and understanding the branding laws, understanding the marketing laws, for you to really like get to your highest potential, even in business, you have to understand your customer. You know what I mean? To get into the hearts and minds of the customers, you gotta know what gets them there and how it starts from beginning to end. And with that, you gotta study, you gotta read, you gotta compare, you gotta do a lot of shit. And when you figure that out and learn all the rules, you can break the rules. You know, learn everything yourself. Stop. Only time we will get other people to do stuff is when they don't feel like it, when they're lazy. So everybody that got managers and all these other people, that's cool, but just know what a manager does. Be a manager first and see how and know what the role is. You know, manage yourself. So it's really just understanding everyone's role. And if you're an artist, you're supposed to know what the producer's job is, what the writer's job is, what the promotion job is. You gotta literally be a vertically integrated, self-contained business on your own before you can start outsourcing other people. And then after that, you can micromanage them and watch people, but you know how to do your job. And if you know that's something that's killing people. Don't make desperate decisions when you're broke. That's how you kill your future. You know. Anybody can dang $100,000 and be like, hey, here's $100,000, but you would take that $100,000 not realizing that it's a 25-year retention. You got your perpetuities, that means forever. Like it's worldwide territory, means if you sell a song on Mars or Pluto, they want the money. It's like we just gotta be smart and have better read your contracts and hire 3 attorneys that don't know each other and give them all the same shit, and somebody's gonna miss something. So, and then you can make sure you don't miss nothing. I did well in people equity, being able to be cool with every type of person and know how to deal with every emotional, psyche level of a person. And traveling the world, understanding people, understanding how they are, and knowing how to make them feel good, regardless if it's through music, through conversation, through anything, So I think that's a gift of just being tunnel vision to where I don't let my distractions take too long. I don't sit on my distractions too long. You either got like 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 years to still complain or be sad, so I'm gonna try to take the 5 seconds so I can get back to this money. One thing I feel like I could have done better is learn all my shit before I ask other people to do shit. Boss up, read your own contracts, then ask questions, learn the rules, learn everything about it, ask more questions. The information's out there. YouTube University, you got people. There's no reason why we can't, the information's out there, so just know your shit before you sign your life away. Nipsey gave me some good financial advice. He was like, man, all I need is 10,000 fans to really care about me. And I'm like, okay, what you mean? And he was on some, 10,000 fans in a year, I'll make them spend $1,000 in a year, and that's $10 million. I'm like, oh, that's not a bad goal. Like, I'm more than 10,000 followers. You can figure that, so he'll sell an album for $100. Then next month he'll sell a t-shirt. Then next month he'll, do a signing, and so he understands human behavior. So he knows what people want. He knows how to get to the goal. So that was a good one. This business, like the school and stuff like that, well, me and my partner, James Fauntleroy, he's one of the coldest writers alive, producers. and just visionaries. He actually just designed a new Mickey Mouse for the new Disney 100th anniversary too. So me and James had another studio in the hood down the street where we got like 13 rooms, where you got live band rooms, you got embroidery Chanel machines, direct garment machines, you had a pool table room, you had a radio room, you had studios, and it was just like a fun place. That's where Nipsey had a studio there, Terrace, YG. This was like the one place in the secret place in the hood where everybody came and did music. And so it started from there, and then I met this amazing lady named TmrO, who's a Native American, and we were just telling her all the shit that we was doing anyway, and she seen the opportunity, asked us to come see her shit in Newport. It was amazing. She, it was just a perfect bond for us to just, it was a perfect partnership. We all trust each other. We have something that we believe in, and we know that, that the world needs, and she supported it, and just pieced up and got cracking. I mean, it's like a dream come true. It's like you guys are literally sitting in me and James's thoughts from everything you're looking at. We just made up in our head. Even the curriculum, James was writing a curriculum years before we did this. So all the curriculum was literally based on what we went through in the music business and how to just save you some time. But you learning writing, production, business, and it's even to the point to where we're really teaching you how to be unemployable, to where the only thing someone can do with us is license my thoughts. But for you to get to that point, you have to have a lot of information, understanding psychology, human behavior, the Bible, all type of stuff, you know what I mean? To make it all make sense. Yeah. No, we plan on going everywhere. We got a school in Shanghai. Yep. And we open our next school in Beijing in April 1st. So we got to go out there. But we got 12 schools we're building in 10 in Asia, one in Mumbai, and one in Dubai that we're building right now. But then after that, we're international. 1500 Sound Academy. Check it out. Just look up 1500 Sound Academy Asia. But now I'm trying to go to Africa. Hit the Ghana, hit all the HBCUs, just all around, hood near you. Just giving everyone exposure and getting everyone to their higher self faster. We got to make they sound better. If the Afro people came with the real producers out here and really came together, it'll globally sound better, because there's certain rules that we have that they don't have, and they got the certain feeling that they got that we don't have. So it's just we need to do that with every genre of music. We need to put the best with the best, and then make a school and help out the rest. Hopefully it's a new sound, I just wanted to keep evolving, and let's just pushing the limit, man, to just being the best music that we can make. It don't have to be, it can still be simple, but we got to be clever, and our approach can be different. We could make a whole album off of beating on tables. I just want to see who's the most creative, who's the boldest, where it can still get a hit out of it. I love all type of music, and there's a science to it, and there's a reason why all type of music works for certain genres and cults of people. So it's fun learning and just studying why people do this. Just ask yourself why. If you see a girl dancing, why is her shoulders doing this on the snare, and why is her ass doing this on the kick? And then, you know what I mean? It's just studying human behavior. We all have the same information when it comes to learning an instrument, period. So when you learn the instrument to where it's autopilot and you got your muscle memory, you don't have to think about other shit of not doing the notes right. So then that allows a whole nother side of God to just come in and be so creative, because you know what to hit, what not to hit through feeling and through muscle memory. And it ain't it's like feeling God, and then it's knowing the rules. You gotta know the rules before God. I mean, a lot of people can do it to where a lot of people just play off feel. And that's when God's in, and that's when it could work regardless. But if you want to keep doing it and build a career and build your name or being consistent with this shit, you have to know the rules of music. You have to know the piano, you have to know the guitar, you gotta know what works, what doesn't, what sounds, what tones, what's flat, what's sharp. Like, you gotta know all this shit for you to get this one good sound that they'll like. So, you know, it's a mixture of both. But when you do practice and you know your shit, and then you can just close your eyes and just let God just perform and do what he do, that's when you get, you know, the in the gym post. Just somebody that already know what he's doing, kind of. Like, at least somebody that can start the engine. Like, you know? Like, I just want to see you start the engine, and I can just help you go from there. But as somebody that, you know, that understands the language of music, different genres, somebody that understands the rules of a songwriter. Because you can't say you're a great producer and not know the rules of a songwriter. It's a marriage. It's a 50-50 song. It's a song. So, you know, and somebody that's selfless. Because as a producer, you got to be the most selfless person and understanding space and 50 words and less. And people, you know, and people overseas don't speak English, so you got to understand your cadence and melody, and you got to be staccato meets legato. It's a bunch of fucking rules you got to know.
What about like an artist? What qualities do you see in like artists?
Just don't be an asshole. You know, we have the choice to work with who we want. You know, just having respect. That's all. I work with anybody that just understands how serious music is when we're in the room. You know what I mean? I'm just looking forward to our building being open and us expanding all around the world and just giving the information and exposure to people that need it, and creating a new model of how we get paid. You know, I don't like the models of how creators get paid. It's not fair. And we can change it, and we will. Just like somebody created a company called Spotify and was like, hey, we're gonna name this streams, and when you get this stream, you're only gonna get this. Like, why we can't do that shit with our own money? What the fuck? Are you crazy? You're the weather reporter or weather changer. So we see you around the corner, and you're just gonna talk about what we did around the corner to a year from now. So it's like, what are we gonna do? We gotta be the weather changers, and you just gotta be bold and see around the corner. And if you see it around the corner, we gotta at least try our best to do something to fix it or change it. You know, the world only cares who's first, so we gotta be the first of everything. Just like the labels was the first to say this is a label. Why we can't change the name and make a new label with a new story, or change the label name? People ain't gonna get it first, but if you understand how to get in the hearts and minds of the consumers and give them great experiences and understand storytelling, your shit can work. Well, unfortunately, my life is crazy. Like, my balance is like the best shit can happen, and then it'd be like the worst shit, a death. So it's like from me showing Nipsey this building, and then him passing, and then my mom passing, and then that gave me superpowers to just keep going. And then our drummer passing, so then every time we went to then now we're playing for Jay-Z. And now we just did 1500 Day, and we did Beyonce, Dubai. But now Uncle Chuck just passed. So like half of our band is like, it's just but they are giving us these superpowers to keep this shit going, because this shit ain't easy. And I just couldn't do it alone for the show. So it's a gift and a curse with life. You know, it's just a balance, and as long as you understand that it's a balance.
I've been struggling with that for my whole life. Like, do you ever be feeling like having moments where you just feel like you out of it sometime, bro? Like, it's like you in it, but you out of it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I be just like on autopilot sometimes with this shit. Like, I be thinking about.
Do you meditate?
Yeah, when I'm in a sauna. Like,
Nah, nigga, you gotta step it up. You gotta meditate as much as I smoke weed, because that's how you get your superpowers. I mean, I think I can meditate just talking to you now, which took like 3 years for me to do, but it's knowing how to get into your alpha state, and that's like your most emotional state. That's like when you're really sleepy. So I know how to get in my real sleep mode to where you don't give a fuck about nothing and shit comes to you. You know, like just think about when you're in your most comfortable state, or you producing, when you're like really tired, it's a different type of feeling. That's the feeling that you gotta have when you're meditating. So you can let it come to you. A lot of our brains, it's hard. We have 80,000 thoughts a day. 80,000 thoughts a day. What am I gonna wear? Where's my socks? I gotta call my mom. Just think about all the thoughts you have every day. Like even just from the day, from you picking up the camera, getting this, telling me to come back. Like all these are thoughts that's filling up your brain. And it's a book that I read called Let That Shit Go. It talks about how you got the present, past, and now. So the past is a concept. That shit don't even exist. So half the shit you're tripping about, that you're stressed about, don't even exist anymore. Like anything happened yesterday, it's really gone, bro. It doesn't matter. No one cares. Like it's like so you can save 40,000 thoughts from the past. Then the future gives me anxiety because who knows who knows what the future is. So you can save another fucking 20,000 thoughts for the future that you don't have to deal with. Now you can focus on the now, and the now is what's the most important, you know what I mean? So even in the book it says, even when you take showers, I'm washing my arm, I'm about to go smoke a blunt, I'm happy, I'm about to go watch TV. You're training your brain to think about one thing and focus on the one thing. And when you focus on the one thing, then you got another 60,000 thoughts of new thoughts you can learn, thoughts that you can take in, shit, you know, that can change your whole life. So it's like half the shit you're mad about, no one cares. And it's old and it's a concept. Yo, what up, man? We did it. Rance 1500 or nothing. We got the 1500 Sound Academy. Shout out to my nigga Don Cannon, my brother. And we here with TmrO. I'll see y'all tomorrow.